I went to a thrift store and a library. Let's check out what I picked up. Hey everyone, it's vmcampos, comic book fan. So I went to a local thrift store, it was a Goodwill, and then I went to a library. And I got some comics. You can often get some back issues, some interesting odds and ends here and there for pretty cheap, so let's see what I got. First of all is this amazing Uncanny X-Men number 500 cover by Alex Ross. His beautiful, realistic depictions of these fantastical characters has always been just amazing. He is one of the most talented, realistic comic book artists ever. This is number 500. Brubaker, Fraction, Landon Dodson. I don't know if that's both Dodsons. Frank Castle, The Punisher, Naked Kill. This is a one-shot. Explicit content. It's part of Marvel Max. Explicit content is by Mayberry, Campbell, Lothridge. So it's a one-shot. Very brutal story. Very brutal Punisher taking out the bad guys. Nothing as special as, you know, his classic Rogues Gallery of villains, but just some common-day evilness. A Blast from the Past, Generation X Collector's Preview. This is from October 1994. This is some early Bachalo art. He was the co-creator, after all, of Generation X. Win an actual X-Men animation cell in the Collector's Preview. So this is a, I think a wraparound cover, and it's like a source book and a preview for the new Generation X comic coming out. Okay, these were really cool. DC Bombshells, number 11 and number 12. Really cool cover because they connect. Here's number 12. This is the Battle of Britain Part 1 and Part 2. And then they connect. So you get a really cool diptych of just amazing action with all the DC Bombshells. Bennett, Braga, Andolfo, and Broom, creative team. So I never had a copy of this, and it was there for the taking, so I got Batman the Widening Gyre, the Kevin Smith story. Art by Walt Flanagan and Art Thibaert. So this is one of 6, October 2009. I believe this is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover, and I didn't realize how violent this whole series was, just like incredibly violent. The demon biting someone's face off, wow. Endgame, number 3 of 3. This is a big name here, pops out, Mark Silvestri. So Endgame 3 of 3, but this is number 1 in this Evo 1 comic from Top Cow / Image. So some classic early 2000s Silvestri art, computer generated somewhat, and shiny. Okay, this was a cool find. This is Ghost Special. This was Ghost's first comic on her own. She had been in other comics as backup features, I think. And so this came out during the World's Greatest Comics storyline from Dark Horse in the early 90s. This is probably like 92, 93 or so. Adam Hughes' early cover. If you don't know this character, Ghost, she's a ghost. Then I got her Ghost regular series number 5. The World's Greatest Comics became simply Dark Horse Heroes. And so in her own ongoing title here, oh, what's this again? Dodson. Luke Dodson, Martin Motor, and Parks. And another Adam Hughes cover. See right there? Early Adam Hughes art. Hunting the heroes, the Predators attack. So basically Predators battle all of the Dark Horse characters at that time. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. This is a special edition. It's not an original printing or anything like that, but I couldn't pass it up just because iconic cover, and the interiors, of course, are amazing by Frank Miller. So on a lark, I got this one. Free Comic Book Day. Third World Studios presents Finding Gossamer. It never got stamped by the comic shop. Way of the Bladeslinger by Rodriguez and Ellerton. I really like the art inside. It's cartoony. It's like computer generated. It's very enjoyable. Okay, here's classic old comics. This is from Capital Comics, Nexus number 3. This is the new color Nexus. This is from around 1983, is that? Yeah, around 83 or so, 84. Pretty classic comic, not really well known, but these covers are amazing. The paper quality is amazing. The coloring is just great. I picked up number 3 and number 5, and just a hilarious cover here. I'm bored. The world's most exciting comic, Nexus, from Capital Comics, for the outlandish price of $1.75. And yes, it is outlandish. Back in 83, oh yeah, this is a Steve Rude art. Back in 83, Marvel Comics and DC Comics were like 60 cents. So something that was at least $1 more was outlandish. Here's one you've never heard of. First of all, that's from Continuity Comics. Neil Adams was involved in that, I believe. And this is Jason Critter, Toy Boy. Kind of a weird hyperkinetic comic cover. All right, awesome. So again, this is early 80s stuff, newsstand, I guess. And something you've never heard of. It's Megalith, I believe. This was a whole series of comics in their own continuity, their own world, that are pretty extinct nowadays. And lastly, even more obscure, from Pyramid Comics, number 2, Cyberhawks, Tales of Neil's Legend. So I love this. This is an 80s black and white independent comic. I don't know any other comics that this publisher published. This is number 2. Interiors are black and white, very low quality newsprint. Cover is pretty exciting. But I love picking up stuff like this, just independent comic books. They really capture my attention. Someone created a comic book, put it out into the world, and just went into obscurity. They went back to their day job. There's something artistic and romantic about that I like. So just to recap, Cyberhawks number 2, Toy Boy number 1, Nexus number 5, and number 3, Gossamer Free Comic Book Day, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For Special Edition, Ghost Ongoing Series number 5, Ghost Special, Evo 1 number 1, Batman the Widening Gyre number 1, DC Bombshells number 12 and 11, Generation X Collector's Preview, The Punisher Naked Kill, and Uncanny X-Men number 500 Alex Ross variant. So there you go, comics from a thrift store, comics from a library, all in very good condition and at a very good price. You see anything you like? Do you ever go to alternative places like thrift stores or libraries to get comics? You might want to, you never know what you'll pick up. So if you liked the video, don't forget to like or subscribe. A lot of cool content about comic books, Magic the Gathering, and more. This has been vmcampos. See you in Wakanda.